Hey guys, Deathletter Magic here, and we've got another ban announcement. This has to be the third one in like the last 7 days. Oh, by the way, this is going to be one of those more negative-oriented, angry videos because I am absolutely livid over the way that the Commander ban list people, that whole committee, get away with all the shit they do. And, I might mention it a couple times in this video, so if you don't like negativity, you have to have nothing but positive vibes in your life because you're a sensitive little snowflake bitch, then you might just want to tippy-toe your little sensitive feet the up out of here right now. So this one's in Commander, and oh my gosh, they're finally undoing the Protean Hulk unbanning, which was an absolute disaster when they announced it, because Protean Hulk was banned for a reason. I guess there's this deck that I'm not familiar with because I don't follow tier 1 competitive Commander decks, unsurprisingly. But there was something called, I guess, the Protean Hulk flash combo that would just like end the game on turn 2 or 3 or something, and everybody was sick of it, so they banned it. And then these morons, these crooked criminals who run the Commander ban list, unbanned it, and before they unbanned it, a whole bunch of them were bought out. Shocking announcement, guys. Psychic powers have been proven to be real, because certainly all the people on the ban list committee didn't just, tell their friends and then themselves buy up 100 copies of Protean Hulk right before they unbanned it, making it the sole reason that they unbanned it, and then they made thousands of dollars profit selling the card after that. That's certainly not what happened. Clearly, a couple days ahead of time, a bunch of psychics just were like, oh, they're going to unban Protean Hulk, and then they took advantage of it. And those psychic people are the problem. It's not insider trading. I mean, come on. How dare you accuse them of that for like the 5th time with evidence? So allegedly that's what went down. It ain't the first time. These are the crookedest people on the planet. I mean, they make Southern Hobby look honest. So anyway, after that absolute disaster, they're now banning the card Flash, which my understanding is that's part of the Protean Hulk Flash combo. It's the Flash part. So Flash, if you're not familiar, 2-cost instant, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you do, sacrifice it immediately, unless you pay its mana cost reduced by up to 2, which, what's the point? You paid 2 for the spell, except that if it has an amazing death trigger or ETB trigger, you can do some crazy crap with this, which is exactly what people do. Did you guys notice that almost every ban in the history of the game is because of free casting? And yeah, I would absolutely consider this free casting. I mean, yeah, you sack it immediately, but if all you care about is the ETB effect, you just cast it for 2. You just took like a 15-cost creature and cast it for 2. I don't even know what all combos people do with this, but my god. So what this was intended to do is take a creature summoning and let you do it at instant speed. This was the precursor to the keyword Flash. So it was a wash. You paid 2 and reduced it by 2. Cool, but it became instant speed, and that was like the neat gimmick when they printed this in 6th edition. So these days, yeah, in an Eternal format where there's like probably 10,000 creatures to choose from, you're going to find one that does something kind of messed up. And Protean Hulk was one of them. I suspect Agent of Treachery is probably one too, because wouldn't you get that effect immediately and then it would just die and who cares? Yeah, pretty messed up. So, are you ready for an Olympic level of mental gymnastics? This is going to be the gymnastics event of the century. What these scumbags that run the Commander ban list should have said is, yeah, it was pretty much just a crooked insider trading scam to unban Protean, so now we're banning Flash. Like, that's what they should have said. What they actually said, this is just astonishing that they believe anybody would believe this. Speaking of exceptional decisions, we are banning Flash, the card, not the mechanic. Enough CEDH, which I assume is competitive Elder Dragon Highlander, so competitive Commander, players who we trust, so once again, they're just consulting their friends and some level 3 judges and probably people who work at Wizards, have convinced us that it is the only change they need for the environment they seek to cultivate. Have your little circle of trusted friends all been the victims of sudden head trauma lately, because if they think this is the only thing wrong with Commander, have they heard of this thing called Canadian Highlander? Where all the broken cards in Commander, all the cards that should have been banned, are now given a point number, and you're not allowed, your deck can't go above a point limit. So you can't put in too many broken cards, because there's just that many that need to be banned. It's been described as Commander except fixed. I have my own format called No Fetch Commander. It single-handedly solves every broken, repetitive, stupid, bullshit, waste of time Commander deck that's been tier 1 ever in the history of the game. There are no more combos. You want to win a game, win it with synergy and good cards. As a rule, you are not allowed to fetch a card from your deck unless it is a land. Period. The end. Done. You cannot go get your combo piece and your other combo piece out of your deck and then just, oh, I won. Turn 2, I won. Look at me. I'm so skilled. I copied this deck off the internet. Do you like me now? Do you guys respect me? Do you think I'm cool? Do you think I'm a good Magic player now that I dropped $7,000 on this deck and I won on turn 2 and nobody wants to play with me anymore? I am like literally describing an actual person who complained to multiple store owners in my area that nobody wanted to play with them, to which the response was, and what are we supposed to do about it? After my commander group and 3 others, so in other words, all of them, kicked him out for running a turn 2 infinite combo deck. He had just built it, he trade listed a ton of cards, got a couple grand together, finally built the deck, and now he has nobody to play against. Because why the would he have anybody to play against if it wins on turn 2? I'm not even going to bother shuffling if that's your deck. The only thing that's worth my time to do is pick up a bar stool and hit you in the face with it until you admit that you shouldn't have built that deck, because you're an asshole. So to all the whiners that are going to say, there goes my Flash Protean deck, you are the problem. Shut the hell up. So to get back to these mental gymnastics pissing on your leg and telling you it's raining announcement, enough CEDH players who they trust have convinced us that the only change they need for the environment is not to stop fetching, but it's this card, Flash. And then that'll provide the environment that they seek to cultivate. Though they represent a small fraction of the Commander player base, bullshit, we all want these cards banned. We are willing to make this effort for them. Oh, you're the good guys in all this when you're the ones who brought back the Protean combo. It should not be taken as a signal that we are considering any kind of change in how we intend to manage the format. So in other words, they're just going to keep unbanning shit and insider trading. Cool. This is an extraordinary step and one we are unlikely to repeat. So cards that people are calling to get banned because they are so broken and degenerate, you're going to continue not listening to them after listening to them this one time. Wow. I mean, these guys are such scumbags. I would just assume that what really happened was they sent out like a little private chat thing in their little Facebook group and said, hey, did everybody sell their Protean Hulks? Okay, cool. And then they're banning Flash. That's probably what actually happened. So they go on to bullshit you even further by saying we use the ban list to guide players in how to approach the format. And hope Flash's role on the list will be a signal that cheating things into play quickly in non-interactive ways isn't interesting. Don't do that. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that is the pot calling the kettle black. It's like, that's almost too weak of a metaphor. That's like the pot calling the kettle the N-word. This is the pot net decking a turn 2 commander deck and saying there's nothing wrong with that, and then shaming the kettle for doing the exact same thing. And then calling them the N-word. And evicting them from their apartment in China. But seriously though, cheating things into play quickly in non-interactive ways is not interesting. Don't do that. Seriously, like, stop, guys, stop doing that. We believe Commander is still best as a social-focused format. Let me interrupt you right there. I'm gonna let you finish, okay? But one, Beyonce had the best song of all time, and secondly, you're now using casual Commander to describe a decision you made in competitive Commander. But I caught you in your bullshit, so you're not going to get away with it. Okay, resuming. We believe Commander is still best as a social-focused format and will not be making any changes to accommodate tournament play. Literally what they just did. This only affects Tier 1 decks. So they literally just made a change to accommodate tournament play. Okay. Taking responsibility for your and your opponent's fun, including setting expectations with your group, and that one douchebag who came with that $7,000 deck, is a fundamental part of the Commander philosophy. So in other words, if people in that deck kick them out of your play group, just stop beating around the bush and just say it, okay? We all know what you're talking about. Organizers who want to move towards more untrusted games, what does that even mean? Should consider adding additional rules or guidance to create the commander experiences they want to offer. Oh, they don't mean untrusted games, they mean untrusted players with their untrusted decks. Like, basically they're saying, if you think somebody's going to show up and be a dick with some overpowered, unfun, non-interactive, wins with the same combo every time commander deck, then you better create your own damn rules, your own ban list. Which, let me just make a recommendation. Make all fetching illegal. That might solve the problem. I mean, guys, you start with 7 cards in hand and 92 left in the damn deck. You're not going to pull off a 1-card combo without fetch. It's not possible. One of the cards could be on the bottom of your library. You cannot scry and draw your way to it. It can't happen. If you want to have some like Sanguine Bond, Sacred Blood Miracle combo, but you don't actually plan on going to get those cards, cool, whatever. But I am not exaggerating here, guys. There is, if you need a 2-card combo, there is a 0.4%, so roughly like a little bit below 1 in 200 shot that those cards will be in your opening hand in a 99+1 commander deck. 0.4%. With fetching, there is, in my understanding, about an 80% chance that you're going to pull off that combo on turn 2 or 3. So to summarize like the actual truth here, they banned Flash because people gave them so much backlash over the Protean combo, where actually, honestly, Flash is the problem. It's not Protean. I mean, I kind of hate that card and it's kind of broken, but Flash always was the problem, and it's played with more cards. So people are so fed up with that card in the freaking competitive meta that they just had to get rid of it. But they're not going to continue to do that. They say, we're not going to micromanage tournament play, but also they say we're not going to micromanage casual either. Like, so you're not going to do anything. Well, we already know that you're not going to do anything, as in ban or unban something, unless you can make money off it. Clearly, evidently, that's the case. But now you're just telling us with this final paragraph, you're just not going to do anything, period. So, cool. I guess just police it yourself. I mean, they did say that after all. And if you read between the lines, they basically just said, don't play competitive commander. It's an absolute shit show, even with Flash gone. By the way, one more thing. This article starts with a description of companion and stuff, and they said, when we first saw the companion mechanic, our immediate reaction was, well, this is cool. It won't work in Commander, though. And then they go on to say, oh, except it did, and blah, blah, blah. But then Lutri, because then everybody would get Lutri, and, whatever. Like, we already know how it went down, and it's banned, whatever. Then they go on to say how they kiss Wizard's ass and made Rule 11, which is abilities which bring other cards you own from outside the game, such as Living Wish, Bonsire, Ulamog, and Karn, the Great Creator, do not function in Commander. But now they added the word other so that it, can be, but they said it was going to be a different rule, but, whatever. Basically, they did some more mental gymnastics in the rule book and changed it a little bit. Now you can play Commanders except Lutri. Or Companions, whatever, same shit. Whatever, they're such liars, and Companions should have absolutely been banned. Their initial reaction of, well, that's not going to work in Commander was absolutely correct. All it lets you do is start with 8 cards in your opening hand. Yeah, but you have to build your deck around it. Yeah, shut up, who cares? Doesn't matter. That is not a big enough disadvantage with any of the cards. So yeah, this is just such a bullshit way to snake out of the whole, oops, we unbanned Protean and everybody's pissed. And all of our friends exposed us for insider trading and trying to profit off of it and information sharing ahead of time. So now we're trying to make amends by not banning Protean. Yep, you're getting away totally clean on this one, except for all of the subreddit, my video, and every other YouTuber covering this. So whatever, Flash is banned. Oh well. I mean, unless your group literally says it's unbanned, it's banned. So whether you're playing casual or competitive, it's gone. Good. Make sure whenever you come across one of the people from the rules committee for the Commander thing, accuse them of profiting off their ban decisions, because we really don't have enough people saying it at this point. Yes, it's all suspected and alleged, but, I mean, the evidence is there. I mean, come on. Oh, and I'm getting this telegram from the future. Winota Joiner Forces is emergency banned in Standard. In competitive ranked, high rank Standard, the Winota decks that just summon your entire deck and steal everything your opponent owns on turn 3, they're getting an 80 to 90% win rate. Winota is banned. Monday morning, Winota is gone. Bye-bye, emergency ban. Bye, Felicia. Get the f*** out of here with your free casting bullshit. Oh, look, more free casting shit ruining the game. I never would have expected that. I totally didn't just say that when she was first spoiled. Amazing. It's a shame that the people who run the Commander ban list cannot find a way to profit from this. But you can. She's like $9 a copy. Buy list that shit right now. There is no way in hell she is going to not get banned. They're probably going to be absolute morons and try to ban Agent of Treachery or whatever, 7-cost Steely Blue Boy. They'll be like, oh, that's the problem. That's what's wrong with this deck. I'll be honest with you, it ain't helping, and it's the problem in multiple decks, but Winota is the problem. And then they're going to ban Agent of Treachery, then they're going to try Raise the Alarm, then they're going to try Chandra. And then it'll be down to people just winning the game with goblins, and they'll be like, okay, fine, Winona's banned, fine. This set is such a dumpster fire. When are they going to learn? Free casting is broken. The only thing worse than free casting is recurring free casting for free. As a 0 mana cost, don't tap trigger. Are you kidding me? That doesn't even put Winota in danger. Top 6 cards. Did they not learn anything from Collected Company? I mean, who at the company is this stupid? It has to be Aaron Forsythe. This just screams Aaron Forsythe all over this card. Can somebody just fire that dumbass? Can we just get him out of the company finally? He has proven time and time again that he should not be overseeing people who design cards. He shouldn't be personally designing cards. He shouldn't be testing cards. He shouldn't even be allowed within 100 meters of anybody playing this game. The guy's a dumbass. He just keeps doing this broken shit over and over and over again. He has some unhealthy fetish with, like, casting shit for free. Whatever, the game's a dumpster fire. Nobody's touching Arena. People are just cruising through the ranks with Winota decks. There's horrible, getting worse and worse and worse deck lists that are more and more mathematically tight circulating, and sometime next week they're going to do something about this, or they're not going to have a game to come back to. It's that fucking simple. So thanks, Wizards, for breaking the game again. You know, while you're at it, maybe get rid of the other 24 cards that are broken so we can actually play Standard, and I'm out.